What's going on, y'all, man? We're back with another episode at I'm Standing On It podcast, man. You know I got the regulars back on the show. We got that boy 80 West back in the building. Shout out,
Standing
boy.
with it. You
Yes,
already know,
sir.
man. You already know.
That boy got that 4K camera this time, boy. That nigga crispy over there. That picture clear as shit, boy. For real. That nigga ain't never looked like that before. I thought he was in the closet doing this shit, but that nigga shit crisp.
Shit.
Yeah. Damn. You see, you got that boy Real Holla, man. He back out here, man. He doing his thing. Back on the show. Welcome.
You already. I had to switch the hat up on y'all. You know what I'm saying? Only wear winners. Only wear winners. Only wear winners.
Oh man, here this nigga go, man.
So put that Knicks hat on. Shit.
I never put that shit on. I'm an avid Bulls fan. I will never wear the Knicks.
Well, shit, man. Well, we just gonna jump into it, man. So today's topic, man, we talking about child support, man. So kind of want y'all opinion on it, man. If you think child support should be a case-by-case judgment, or you think there should be some different laws when it comes to child support, man? Or are we doing it wrong right now? And how do you think child support should be determined nowadays? I'm gonna start with 80, man. I see Real eating right now, so I'm gonna start with 80 and let you do your thing.
Man, I definitely think it should be regulated, man. And I think it should be case by case basis as well too. Um, the way that it's set up is set up so that no matter what the situation is, no matter what's been trying to be worked out, no matter it's all basically just it's a one sided deal. You know what I mean? Once they go in there and file for child support or whatnot, it automatically puts the man in a crooked ass spot. And 9 times out of 10, it don't be because dudes be on no deadbeat shit. It's just because they don't fuck with the chick no more. You know what I mean? And it's, I mean, obviously there's the ones that are out there specifically trying to, we didn't see all those, the ones that's trying to have babies by rich dudes and this and that and the other, so they can capitalize off of it. And it become a pattern. When they got 2 or 3 famous dudes, baby by these, you know what I mean. So there's some people that's really trying to capitalize off of it. But at the end of the day, the way the laws go about it, bro, make it to where it's an unfair judgment. So I think it should be case to case basis, man. I mean, at the end of the day, 2 people that's adults should be able to sit down and at least have a mediator. You know what I mean? If they can't come to terms within themselves, then they should at least have a mediator. I think with them having a mediator, I think that changes the program. Then it's not just based off of one person's version of what took place. A lot of times, especially depending on where you live at too. They'll hit you over the head, man, and it's like you could have prevented all of that if the 2 people could have just sat down and talked. The man and woman just sat down and just talked or whatnot, and the whole nine. A lot can happen through communication, but unfortunately, a lot of times, and I'm not saying all, it is some cases where some dudes don't do nothing for their kids, and they should be getting hit for child support, especially if they're not willing to. Other times, you have dudes that be willing to. But then they got, it's the other side ain't willing to sit down and have an agreement or to put something in motion that works out without having to go through the courts. And so it still becomes a one-sided deal. You know what I mean? I done seen cats who have 50-50 custody still got to pay full child support. And my thing is like if the two parents can understand the importance of what's keeping the main thing. I think it's in both parents' best interest to be able to sit down and be like, you know what, hey, this is what it is. When they with you, this is what you pay. With me, then this is what I pay. You know what I mean? I think that's the way it should be all the way down the line if 2 people ain't together. You know what I mean? But all this, you're seeing people get hit for, 15,000 a month per kid. No damn kid costs that damn much to raise, but that's when the shit getting out of hand. Like, that's what I mean by they need to have some regulations on it. It shouldn't be based off of that. It shouldn't be based off of what somebody's income is. In some circumstances, I mean, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, yeah, you got to have a parameter across the board, but at the same time, you got cats that's getting hit something ridiculous, and it's only because of what they make. I think Kanye, not that it was like 200,000 a month or something crazy like that for child support. Don't damn kids cost that damn money. I don't give a fuck how many kids you got. If y'all, you know what I mean, you can have 20 kids and it don't cost you no goddamn 200,000 a month to take. Look out.
But that tell you how cold the child support is. Why is he paying $200,000 a month? It ain't like he ain't got the money to take care of his kid, and it ain't like Kim don't have money. She a billionaire herself. What's she really trying to pay for? You know what I mean? It's just a way of trying to stick it to them. But
well, they get money. But see, that's the thing about it too, is they get money for the child support too. All that money don't go to the damn parent. Yeah. So they break off. They tear theirs off out of it too. And as long as they get their money, they gonna keep pushing the issue. But I think it's unfair how all the motherfucker got to do is go down there and put your name on something, and then boom, all of a sudden you end up with child support. That's not even like, that ain't even the justice system like going at its core of what it's supposed to do. That's just motherfucker. I'm saying this, and because it ain't no debate. Like, you don't really have a argument on the mail from the mail's end. You can go to court and do all this and another, but at the end of the day, it's still gonna be okay. Well, this is what we feel is what it is. You letting somebody else determine how the fuck you take care of your kids, because a lot of people get put in that situation and they have resentment. Like, you know what I mean? Because you still don't have no rights. You mean, like, you know what I mean? You don't have no say so. You got to go to court for that too. So that's more time you getting whipped from work and the whole nine and the whole nine, just to be able to be in a situation, to be in a child's life.
Yeah, well, I think what we messed up about it from the very beginning is you can have some people go to child support, put you on it, and just say, hey, we ain't been together in a year now, or maybe 2 years, and you're on child support. And then the court will, most times, from what I'm saying, they'll even try to backdate the shit. That'll automatically put you in the rears from the jump, from day one. You ain't even gave the man a chance to try to make a payment to see if he good for it. You just automatically put him in the rears. You know what I'm saying? Then I think too, like, if you're gonna put somebody on child support, I think the kids got to be tested, man. DNA test got to be automatic from the jump. You know what I mean? And then you got the judges. This is all they do. They work in child support courthouses, so they done heard it all. They done seen it all. You know, I'm pretty sure they know when they send somebody that's being bitter in there and trying to be spiteful. When it comes to child support. What's the problem?
A lot of it
be together no more. He moved on with his life. I'm mad. I'm gonna put on child to ruin his life. Like, come on, man. Ain't no story new to these judges. You heard it all.
Yeah.
And they still fall for it, man.
Yeah.
You know,
no, that's like real talk.
Child support is a business. They don't care either way it go.
Either way it goes, they get theirs.
The objection is to get you on child support.
But that's where the whole system falls short, because they make it seem as if the woman, you financially responsible for it, but the woman can dictate how everything is supposed to go, and they basically give the woman majority. Like, the woman damn near get majority off the rip. You know what I'm saying? Like the kid is just hers or some shit. You know what I'm saying? So, but they want you to pay for it. But when it comes to having a say so, or they don't do family court, and that's the cold thing about them too. Them motherfuckers will put a motherfucker on child support and then tell you, nigga, it ain't up to them whether or not you see the kid or not in the whole nine. Yeah. All they do is making sure you pay. As long as you pay that money, nigga, you all right with what we doing. But as far as you seeing the kid and having a life with the kid, we don't really give a fuck about that. We just want this money. And that's where I really think it's bullshit at. Like, if you gonna make a motherfucker pay, at least make it to where a motherfucker can have access on a regular basis. But all that going back, man, I don't know. I think personally, it makes the situation worse in a lot of cases. Because at that point, the woman is co-parenting with the county. She ain't co-parenting with you.
That's
true. You know what I'm saying? They co-parenting with the county at that point, because they want the county to make a decision on how the finances go, or what when you can see that child, and you letting somebody else basically decide how y'all parent. And I know it's a lot of dudes who don't pay nothing, and the people that's gonna have something to say about that. I get that 100%, but it has to almost present a pattern or a liability. Okay, he ain't got no job, or he ain't got no job, how the fuck he gonna pay? That's okay. Now that's when you got to start pressing the motherfucker. You know what I mean? But if a motherfucker got a job, at least let the motherfucker be able to contribute and see what y'all can work out to contribute or mediate before you really just have a motherfucker just say, okay, this is what you have to do and this is how much you got to pay. You know what I'm saying?
You know the other trick to what they do too is say y'all ain't been together and y'all broke up, but then you got the baby mamas play the kid game, trying to keep the kid from you and all the real shit. So then they get you too to get in your pockets more with you have no history of anything, but they'll still try to get you on a supervised visitation. That way, because you got to pay for the supervision to be there for you to see your kid on top of the child support. That's the other trick.
At that point, man,
don't even want to come around and say, you know
what? I was just going to say that. At that point, it make it be like
niggas back up. Y'all call them deadbeats. Niggas just get tired of playing games with you. And the court
that's real cool.
Back up, you know.
I mean, because at the end of the day, I don't feel.
Go ahead.
If you as a man, and then this is coming also from somebody who's a full-time father though too. So my view is probably gonna be different than a lot of other niggas. But as a man though, I feel like if I ain't got no say with what goes on with the kid, then what purpose of like what the fuck am I doing? You know what I'm saying? Like what would be my purpose of being around and being involved if I don't have no say? I'm just there just to pay financial, and then when you feel it's appropriate for me to see the kid, I can see like, you feel me? That shit don't work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What's up, Steph?
Hello.
All right, there you go. We can hear you now.
Okay. You guys are talking about custody?
No, we're talking about child support. Should child support be a case-to-case basis? Like, not just because somebody go in there and say, okay, I want to put child support. Should it be something that's maybe even more mediated than necessarily being put directly on child support as soon as somebody go in there and file for child support?
I think they need to get rid of that arrear shit, right? Because I have friends that literally like they were laid up with dude, they separated and got him for their arrears, even though he was there paying the bills the whole time. You know what I mean? So I think they should get rid of that. And I think it should be a case by case because some dudes really are just like deadbeats. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then you have other dudes that, they just don't want to deal with the drama. Like, don't nobody want to walk into, some toxic shit.
Yeah.
It's all bad. I get when you say it's your kid and this and that. And I think everybody, for the most part, man, unless you just fucked up, everybody want a relationship with their child.
Yeah.
But then, but even with that being said, we all still human too.
Yeah.
We all got butts don't want to be pushed no more, bro. Like, and you get tired, just like in a relationship. You get tired of the bullshit, the drama, the back and forth, the fighting and argue. Damn, every time you come through or call, it's a problem. Like,
yeah.
Tired of that shit, man. You know what I'm saying?
Here's the question. Because there's some dudes that's getting called deadbeats that didn't want to have the kid.
Yeah.
So they're getting called deadbeats, but they didn't even want to have the kid. They tried to, shorty, let's go to the clinic, let's take that kid, whatever the case may be.
But hold up. See, on that topic, in reference to what you're saying, I understand what you're saying, but I really feel like we're both grown, we're adults. If you lay down and you take that risk, it does not kill nobody to put a glove on it. If she lays down without protection and she decides, I'm going to take this L, I'm going to keep the kid, okay, that's on her. The dude too, it's a 50-50 responsibility. They both got to take responsibility.
It's not a 50-50 responsibility if the dude tells you, before it got to a point of no return, because because there's a point of no return. Now you can't do nothing but have the kid, right? So,
but you can't tell a woman because we're carrying that kid, so it's not the same.
If that man said, "I don't listen, Shorty, I don't want this kid. I'm telling you, don't have this kid," and I'm having it. Because some women, you're in control. So some women, they like, I'm going to have it, and you're going to be stuck with me. That's not his fault. He told you. You already knew before you had that child. You already knew where his mindset was. So if you called that man, y'all had sex. 3 weeks later, you called that man and said, "Yo, I'm pregnant," and he tells you, "Don't keep it." I'm not going to be around. That's on the
Well, that's
woman.
the thing is before you lay down and get to that level, you should know who the fuck you're with. If you know who you're with and you got to know them, you already had that talk. So if you both ain't on the same page, then what the fuck are you doing? You know what I mean?
A
Because I
lot of
know a lot
times
of
it
dudes
is.
too. They'll tell a girl, oh, I want to do this and that, and then when the shit hits the fan, then they're like out. You know what I mean? So dudes be out of pocket too.
So, I keep seeing this pop up on the comments, man, about talking about a dude you need to wear a condom or you shouldn't lay down with her. You know, when I see that and I see multiple women saying that, what I'm really seeing besides your comments is that all you women that saying that ain't taking no responsibility or accountability for your
At
actions.
all.
Where your
Okay.
woman
No, no,
condom
no,
at?
no.
Where your
Hold
birth
up. Because
control
Because
we
pill
are
at?
because
taking
because at
responsibility
the
by
end
saying
Why you let
we
him?
accept
Look,
we're
even
gonna
a man
keep this
didn't have a
baby. Y'all
condom.
ain't taking
Even if he didn't have,
responsibility
hold
when y'all
on.
try to bone out on
Even if
shit.
the man did not have a condom, why did you let him stick it in raw any goddamn way?
exactly
Where you gonna take the
But that's
accountability
what
at?
I'm saying. If that's what I'm saying, I would never lay down with somebody, right? And go to that level. We would have already known each other, had that talk, and been on the same page. If you had that talk and you lay down with somebody and you get knocked up, even though y'all agreed like this ain't, you know what I mean? Then that's on you. That's different. You know what I mean? But if you just lay down with, let's say you have a one night stand, and, you know, we're adults. We gotta control our temptations and have control of ourselves. You know what I mean? But I think I think that both parties are responsible, but it's the dude, because most of the dude, because we're the ones that carry the baby. Y'all don't, it
But
ain't
y'all
the same.
also the one. But y'all also the one that can say no without no condom. You ain't hitting me.
Yeah,
That's
So
a
it's like
fact.
Yeah.
so that holds y'all at a little bit more responsibility than it does us
It's
because
way more responsible.
because if you told a dude no you can't hit it raw you got to put on a condom if he ain't got no condom he ain't gonna hit it or he gonna go get a condom and he gonna hit you know what I mean and it's gonna be what it's gonna be but if you just be like come on and he be like fuck it then I mean at that point you opened up the door to let just a nigga run up in you raw you know what I
They
yeah,
mean
both
like
did. They both
yeah.
did, and they both got to take whatever
No,
L
But a
it
comes
man
ain't
their
no
can't
way.
have
more.
sex.
It ain't no
You make
more.
the decision if the man have sex. We don't make
If
that
you,
decision.
we
y'all,
don't make that decision exactly that's the point I'm trying to
it
make like
is
we don't
on the woman. It is on the woman if sex happens. If y'all open your legs, if you let that man penetrate you, that is on you.
Well, she said he could pull out too. Niggas ain't
He could
pulling out
pull
of nothing.
out.
I can't pull out the back of my motherfucking driveway. Pull out.
He could pull out.
Shit. pull
And
out.
that's why
Pull
you
out is
end
the
up
most
pregnant
pull out,
playing the pull
pulling
out
out is
game.
pulling out is the most irresponsible ass motherfucking comment anybody could ever make.
Yeah.
You try to pull that motherfucker out and think how that's gonna work.
Right.
It's
That
Say
better
don't
that
than
work
not
that
again.
pulling
way.
out.
It's easier said than done.
Well, for
What's
you
he say?
guys, that's on you guys though.
He said some
No.
No,
man take off the condom in the mid.
Listen.
Hey, you know what it feel like if he did take it off and put it right back in. You know that condom ain't on no more. You
Right.
supposed to stop him, push him by his chest. You can't. Nope. Take it right
yeah,
back out.
Right.
yeah.
You know.
Right.
For sure.
I don't want to hear none of these excuses.
It's like,
that
I don't
nigga
want
real
to hear none of
crazy.
these excuses. All I'm saying is, but as far as child support, I definitely feel like at the end of the day, wait, let me ask you a question because I don't know. And I'm really asking this question. If you don't sign the birth certificate, can somebody take you to child support? If you
Yes, yes, the fuck they can.
don't, or for DNA test.
You ain't gotta sign nothing. You ain't gotta look at nothing, nigga. You ain't gotta
That's not
touch
for
nothing. You
DNA.
ain't gotta do. I'm trying to tell you right now. If Stephanie wanted to say, "Rail is my baby daddy," nigga, if she wanted to go put you on child support and she had a kid, it ain't nothing you can say, do, nigga, try to attempt to do, run from. They gonna find you, nigga, and then you get the opportunity to say you want a paternity test, and
Oh,
nigga, and
but
it
in
ain't
the
no.
meantime, while that's getting handled, you already on child support. They already took your
You
money.
already on, yeah,
They ain't
yeah.
even wait for results.
And if they can't find you after they subpoena you, they gonna automatically just start garnishing your shit before you can even find out that's even your kid or not.
That's
So
right.
she could be 3 years in the child support on your ass at $1,500 a month, nigga, and you went hey, until you, until you
Lie to the court, man. What kind of job
hey,
you got?
hey,
You made
hey,
X about
by the time you
you made
find it,
10 lakhs a month.
by the time you find out that ain't your kid, she'd already hit you for 70 grand, nigga.
Yo, you know what's crazy too?
I'm telling you.
What else I learned, which I think they need to change this, and it actually needs to be, you need to be able to get your money back. If you find out, if somebody if somebody lied and said that
They
it's
don't even want to hear about it.
kid and you've
They
been
gonna tell
paying
you.
for, you've been paying for that child,
They gonna tell you that you should. They gonna tell you. They gonna tell you that you. They
and
gonna tell you that you.
and they find out that that's not, and you do a DNA test and they find out it's not your kid,
You know what they gonna tell you?
definitely need to be able to get your money back.
You ain't getting no money back. You ain't gonna get a dime back. 'Cause you know what they gonna tell you?
I'm saying this. What I'm saying is they need to change the law.
Down there. What is that? Let me see.
I'll get
The
my
only way
money
it's gonna
back. I'll
change.
sue a bitch. I don't
Hey, you
care.
know what they
We
gonna
going
tell
to
you?
court because
Hey, you know what they gonna tell you? They gonna tell you that you should have got a DNA test before you started spending your money. That's what they gonna tell you. If you was on your own, you wasn't even on child support, and you was spending X, Y, and Z. I don't give a damn if you have receipts or not. They gonna tell you no.
In the
Those were
sense
gifts.
no, I'm saying in the sense of where dude may even be married to the chick.
It don't matter.
Married to the, no, I know it does. I'm saying this. I know how the law goes. I know you, even if, because the way the law is that if you on child support and I'm already paying and I find out that's not my kid, I still have to pay till I'm 18. I mean, till they're 18, till the kid's 18.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. They need to change that law.
It's a code. That's a cold game right there.
They need to change that law, and the man
That's a cold
Wait.
game.
the man
That's
should be
not
able
right.
to,
Like if that's not your kid, they make you pay.
Well, yeah,
make you
it
pay.
happen all the time.
If you was
For real?
married, if you was
That's
married,
crazy.
if you was married,
That's crazy.
or if you was paying child support, and you find out the kid's not yours, it could be the kid is now 15, and you find out the kid's not yours, you still got to pay for that kid up until 18 or 21, whatever the year, whatever state it is. No, you can't even do a civil suit. You can't. You won't get your money back. The man won't get his money.
They got to, what I think they got to do if they change that law,
Yeah,
they got to start making examples. Like the same way when they say a man not paying child support, he go to jail. You got to start putting the women in jail too for lying. Because I think not only to that man, you damn near lightweight destroyed that kid life too, making that kid believe that's his dad and that's not his dad. You know what I mean? They should lock your ass up straight up. I ain't say you got to be doing years or nothing like that, but you should be getting locked up.
right.
You know what I mean? You go to jail for other kind of fraud cases. What's more bigger than that?
Yeah. No, that is out of pocket as fuck. That is crazy.
You
I didn't
need
know
to
that was a
be.
thing.
You need to do community
Go
service.
to like a mental hospital or something. Something.
Something obviously
Gotta be
wrong.
something. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because that's like literally. I used to work construction. I used to see dudes damn near break out in tears. They would get their check, and we was in the union. So being in the union, that's going to go through the government. You know what I'm saying? That's going to go through the city, the state, whatever. Them dudes, yo, I seen dudes break down in tears. Check gone. These niggas did overtime and everything. They was check gone. They got $100
But dudes
left.
break out in tears for $5, so it's not the new.
But you got. I'm gonna give y'all an example. A couple partners I knew when I was younger. You had guys that had jobs, so they wasn't deadbeat because they didn't have a job.
Right.
They called them deadbeats because these niggas didn't make enough money. So
Right.
you trying to be a father, y'all not together. You living on your own. He living on his own. You might have a job and you getting child support. You got two income still coming in. where this man is not even getting one income. He's getting half an income. And then you say, hey, pay these this child support. Yes, this kid's still responsible. And I'm not saying he shouldn't pay nothing. But sometimes these judges, they'll put a man so far on child support and the shit's so high that he can't even afford to take care of himself as a man. He don't even make enough money to get a spot for himself. He probably don't have enough money to go get a car. And if he got a spot, how can he spend time with the kids? You ain't got nowhere to drop the kids off to. Because he go get a girlfriend or whatever. You definitely as the mom, especially if y'all newly broke up. I know how women be in their feelings. You definitely gonna be like, nah, I ain't dropping my kid over around that bitch. Like, y'all don't even want the other girl to even see y'all kid. Don't touch my kid. Don't bring my kid around the other woman. So in them cases, what a man supposed to do? He at that point now he's trying the best he can, man, working full time, doing everything. But now, and then you got some men because they make so little, like you got to think men don't get the shit that women get. He's not gonna get no housing. He's not getting all the shit women get to stay on their feet. If a man can't get it together, he's just not gonna be together. We as men don't get the support y'all get from the government.
You gotta be mental to get help. You
feel me? But let's say you end up getting a spot and you didn't make enough, right? Now, 9 times out of 10, now you got to live in an area you don't even want to be in, let alone having your kid be dropped off in that area. Your kid can't even go outside and go play, can't do nothing because the neighborhood too crazy. You know what I mean? So it's like, what does he do? It's a lose-lose.
I think that it's not that women don't want somebody else around their kid. I just think that for me, it's like if this is somebody that's going to be around you or you're locked in with, then I don't care. But if it's like I was going through a moment where this fool was bringing a new broad every couple days, and I was like, my kids would tell me, and I'm like, dude, this is like the example is kind of shitty. You know what I mean? So I think a lot of women have that same perception. I think half of them are bitter and just jealous and they're not over it. You know what I mean? So that's why they be hating. But I think there is a large chunk of us too that really do care about the example that we set for our kids. You know what I mean? And we don't, like, for me, I have all boys, one girl. I don't want my kids to be, fast as hell and you know what I mean? So I don't know. I think it just depends on who it is.
Oh man.
I mean, listen, I can't even talk because I don't have kids. I ain't have to deal with none of that. Like, I don't deal with none of that, right? I don't have kids, I ain't got no baby mothers and nothing like that. So, I just know by what I see. And I've even seen situations, where, dudes might have been lucky that whatever judge they had, because I had a cousin, may he rest, and I remember he had caught one time with one of his kids' mother, and he was working. He did jail time. He was working, and he had a decent job for this wood company and this lumber company, and his one of his kids' mother, she tried to take him to court for more money, and he had 5 kids, right? So this is one, but she only had one of his kids out of the 5, right? And she went to court, and the judge, the good thing was he had all his receipts. He had proof, like, I've been paying, I've been taking care of my son, this, that, and you're on the look. I got all this. Look, I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. So his kid's mother, she like, yeah, but I need more, blah, 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 blah. So the crazy part about it was she wasn't working at the time. She was on unemployment. So then the judge was like, hold up. Something's not right. The judge called her out on it. The judge said, listen, it looks like you just trying to collect. It looks like you're just trying to collect. And the judge told her, he said, the next time you come in this courtroom, I want to see a list. The unemployment joint where you got a list of jobs that you called, you got written down all the jobs that you called and that, interviewed, whatever. And he said, I want to see a list of jobs before you come back in this courtroom that you filled or had interviews, because it just seems like you just trying to collect. He's doing what he got to do. And my cousin, he ain't have to pay no extra, no nothing. You know what I'm saying? So it's cases where the judge is going to hold you down, and because there's women that do try to get over. I think 50 Cent had the same issue too, because 50 Cent, I think his kid's mother, the oldest son, 50 was giving her like 50,000 a month or something crazy.
Yeah, something crazy.
Yeah, and then she tried to take him to court, and the judge was like, "What?" The judge was like, "Now he only needs to give you 5." So she lost 45,000 in a matter of seconds because she was trying to be greedy and just collect.
And see, that's why they got to have some type of regulation on it. But you got to remember, as long as they getting their issue out of it, they gonna take it at the premium, because
Right.
the more money you make, the more money they gonna get. You know what I mean? And that's how this shit is really all set up. To me that shit is a fraud. Like, I mean, because when the moment that you got to have somebody else determine how you financially support your child, or how often you get to see your child, or the role that you play in your child's life, it's already starting off bad for the kid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I feel it's already starting off bad for the kid, and like I'm saying, that come from a situation where two people got to be level-headed enough to say, okay, boom, okay, we understand we made this child, but we're not going to be together. What's best for the child? What can we do that's in the child's best interest? And a lot of times it ain't about what's in the child's best interest. It's about how somebody feel. So it's about somebody's feelings, how they felt they was dealt with, how they felt that they didn't get what they wanted. They, if the relationship don't go that way, boom, they gonna put you on child support. If they feel that, what I'm saying, that they was mad when y'all broke up, cool, to give them a reason to put you on child support because they was angry. If they really broke down the numbers, I mean, like, I wonder what the real statistic of is, that are really deadbeat dads who just said, you know what, fuck you and that kid, I'm going, I ain't paying nothing. And then they got put on child support. I wonder if somebody could pull the statistics up on that. Like, how many motherfuckers is really on child support because of a disagreement, or because
baby mama,
or because they spiteful baby mama,
Right.
or what I'm saying, because they didn't want to be, or because they didn't want to be with her, or no more, or because he moved on and got somebody else. I really want to know what the numbers really is of how many motherfuckers is really on child support, strictly 100% because they just didn't take care of their kid financially.
You know what's crazy too that you say that? You know what's crazy too that you say that, 80? Because the crazy part about that is, when most women that I hear say they don't care about the dude, or like they don't give a F about the dude, are usually the women that never step in the courtroom. Like the women that say, yo, I don't give a fuck. I don't care about this motherfucker. Fuck him. I don't care about him. I don't speak to him. He just speak to his kids. I ain't got no feelings for him, no nothing. They never step in the courtroom.
No, you're right.
That's the crazy.
I want to know how many women put their ex on child support and was influenced by their girlfriends. Oh, I want to know. How many
Can you Google it and see if you can pull it up?
Put him on child support. Go. I would do this. I would do that. You know what I mean? Got all the negative advice to fill her head up to go that way. Because sometimes y'all break up or whatever, it didn't work out. Y'all might not be on bad terms like that. Yeah. But she got the ignorant ass family members or the ignorant ass girlfriends all in her head, trying to sway her and push her that way. You know what I'm saying? And all that she do is just cause problems. So then what if you was the man to do this? And now you got every right to do this. Because one of my boys in Dallas do this right now. You put me on child support. I'm gonna give you your child support. Don't call me about nothing else. I ain't got school money. I ain't got this money. I ain't buying presents for shit. I ain't doing that. Because remember, it was important for you to have child support. So figure out with that child support money I gave you, and you make that shit work.
If you get child support, you don't get nothing else. You can't get another job.
He will not pay nothing else. Because you put him on child support, you better take that, since that's what you really wanted.
But why?
And don't bother me.
At that point, he's only obligated to pay what the court say you got to pay.
That's
I
it.
think some people think that when they do go, like some people are paying, right? Like some dudes is giving money, right? And I think that some women do think that by going to the court that they're gonna get more. Like that, and the dude might be actually giving you more than the court. Like some people, it bites them in the ass.
You know what's messed up too though? Like you could have a baby dad that say y'all freshly broke up, whatever, and y'all whatever got the kid, and he was like, "Man, I don't want to put no money in your hand, but I'll take care of everything else for our kid." He buying clothes, he buy everything y'all might need still, right? And then you go to court. Do you know the judge will say, even though you show receipts, he said that's a gift.
Yeah.
Those are gifts. So you still on the hook as if you didn't contribute nothing to that kid for that month or whatever your time was.
Because they didn't get their cut.
All this shit for
They didn't get their cut.
because they yeah.
But hold
they
up
ain't
though,
no
let's
cash.
keep it a buck. A lot of dudes won't do that, and even if they say they will, they do it on their time. Like, let's say your kids start school on Monday. Kids don't fucking run on dudes' time. I have friends, I seen it all. Like I seen some dudes will be like, yeah, I'm gonna do this just to not be put on child support. And they'll real life expect that kid to like go a whole ass week without school clothes type of shit. And then,
Hey,
my friend was like, fuck that, I'm gonna put you on child support type of shit. But I also seen where the dude just bones completely out, like
he might
without,
not have no
like,
money
mind you, they
like
were in a
that.
relationship the whole ass time. She gets knocked and he leaves. Like, it's crazy.
He might not have no money like that. Hey, I don't know about y'all. Maybe it worked out for y'all. There's been times I didn't have my school closed the first week when school started. I didn't get my shit to the second week.
And my father been
Sometimes
in my life.
motherfucking
And
third
my
week.
father
You
been
know
in
what
my
I'm
life.
saying?
My father
And
raised me. Shit.
you feel me? And
Never
Stephanie,
bet.
and I had both parents in the household. Sometimes it just
That's a
worked
fact.
out like that. Like
That's a
shit.
fact.
I did too. I ain't gonna lie, shit.
You feel me? You know what
So
I'm saying? But hey, Pacific Cali put this on here, and she basically just saying it go both ways when it was talking about when it's separating, when the women like don't have my kid around that other girl, and she says some dudes that do the same thing. It's both bad business. How y'all feel about that? As far as like, if you was to date a woman with kids and they're younger, would you ask her to introduce you to the dad and just try to get some straight and understanding from the very beginning? If you know you
I
gonna be
would
in a
do it
relationship
just
with
off
her,
top. I
or
wouldn't.
would you
I feel
take your
like
new
if the
girl
other
and
person shouldn't
introduce
ask,
her?
I would be like, here, this is
Would you
this
take your new
person.
girl and
Because you want to
introduce her to
know,
your baby
I would want
mom
to know who's around
and
my
get
kids.
understanding
But
on
hold
that?
up,
Right?
Pacific Cali, your picture looks really beautiful. I just want to throw that out there. I like that picture.
I'm just
Keep that
gonna
one.
say, I don't even want to meet your damn kids, to be honest with you. So I'm trying to avoid that. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't even know if I was trying to go that far. You feel what I'm saying? No, but see, this is my problem too. See, this is I take yo.
If you're gonna be involved with a chick and she got kids, then you're gonna be subjective to whatever the fuck come along with that.
You know
So
what I always say?
that's something
You know what I
that
always
you gotta really be in
say?
tune
You
if
know
you're
what
gonna
I
do that.
always say? You know what I always say? I say all the time. I say this shit all the time. I be like, oh, she got kids. I be like, they be like, I be like, where the baby father at? That nigga dead or in jail? Oh,
Yeah.
because I really don't want to. I don't. This is why I'm not really into dating women with kids because I don't really. It ain't even so much about the kids sometimes for me. It's really about I don't want to meet this nigga. I don't want no. You know what it is for me? I'm gonna be real. I don't want no other man in my relationship.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I get that.
I don't
That
want no
makes
other
sense.
man in my relationship. I feel like if
Thank you,
unless
Steph.
if the nigga dead, oh, okay, well then me and Shorty might have something because I ain't got to worry about him. He's gone. He locked up for life. God damn it. Great. As long as this nigga got to come to my house, pick up this kid,
Yeah.
I got to see this nigga all the time. I'm gonna be frustrated. It's gonna frustrate me every time I gotta see him. Or she'd be like, yo, oh babe, oh, can you drop the kids off at their father's house? What? I didn't sign up for this. Get them out of here. Pack them up.
Would you feel more comfortable him coming to your house to pick up the kid? Or would you feel more comfortable letting your girl go meet up with him one-on-one to drop the kid off?
I don't want, Benz, I don't want no parts of it. I'm telling you. I don't want no parts.
Either way it goes, either way it goes, it's a raw deal.
I don't want no parts.
Either way it goes, it's a raw deal.
I don't want no parts.
Either way it goes, it's a raw deal.
You better tell me. Listen, either he need to be dead in jail or he need to be he need to be
gotta be gay now.
What did it say when they kick you out the country? He need to be deported. He need to be deported. Something. Because I don't want no parts. I don't want no man. I just can't do it. I'm just, you know what I'm saying? I'm secure with myself. It's not even, I just don't want no man in my, I can't do it.
Yeah, as you said, you try to say you smart as fuck though. Don't deal with no woman with no kids. You say leave it alone.
No, but if you do though, they should introduce you naturally to the ex because that's like a common sense no-brainer thing. You feel me?
He don't want to meet the ex.
But I think when in an ideal situation, in an ideal situation, I think that would be that's how shit should go, because I think it would be the same on either end. You know, you want to know who's around your kid, just like another dude gonna want to know around who's his kid. Now that's in a healthy co-parenting habitat. That shit is kind of rare. But in the rare events that it is, that's only being done where it's some healthy co-parent going on. Everybody understood what's what and the whole nine, and there ain't no issues. And everybody understood that coming into it. You know what I mean? But it's the blind side of shit that happens to dudes when they be fucking with somebody, and she'll tell you, oh yeah, the nigga don't do this or don't come around, he don't do this. And next thing you know, you about to knock the nigga head off some damn where because the nigga, coming around on some bullshit. Like you gotta worry about what's the relationship really about between them? What is the relationship still? That's what Rail said. Rail, like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want no nigga around here because you don't know what the dynamics is on either side. And that'll put a nigga in a bad situation. Like,
now here's another thing too. Now here's another thing I feel that should be a stipulation with the child support. If another man lives in the house or you marry another man,
I knew he was going to say that shit.
That you got to bring that down. You got to I'm by myself. I'm a single man, and you got a 2-income household, and I'm paying them. Nah, shorty, Your Honor, they live together. I don't know why I got to pay. She got another man in the house. They had another baby. This is why
they keep that part. They keep that a secret though.
Yeah, that's why. I'm gonna get a private eye. Like, yo, I need proof. I'm getting proof. Your Honor, they live together. I don't think I should be paying. I'm paying $300. I think that could come down to $200. You could bring it down to $200. She got a man in the house. You got a man in the house. It's no reason for me to be paying more, you know what I'm saying? Like the same amount when you have help. Because you have help. You know what I'm saying? So the whole reason I'm paying child support is because it's to help you with the child.
Here's something that motherfuckers don't want to hear neither. If in a situation where, okay, y'all have a baby, yada yada yada, and she get ready to put you on child support because she can't afford it, why do women have a problem with just giving dude the baby? If you need his money to support,
you need that token to make your life hard.
No, what I'm saying.
No, that's not why.
Yeah,
but it's not. Not all women. I mean, there are some that think like that, but it's not easy like y'all think.
If you're a woman that can't afford your kid, like you said, why are you trying to keep the kid then?
Exactly. And that's
Because
why I
we
If you
think
carry
that.
can't
this baby,
afford it.
it's not that easy. We can't just be like, here's my kid.
Why?
Like, we don't want.
Is it that easy?
I think
Why is it so easy
I
for
think
y'all to
any
take the kid
reasonable
from the
person
man
wants a
then?
healthy dynamic where
Steph,
both
No.
parents
The
share
same way, look,
50-50 and there's no child
no,
support, but it
listen.
doesn't work
No.
like that.
You don't get no extra
Steph,
credit because you don't get no extra credit because you a girl. You know what I'm saying?
Steph,
It took
Steph.
two of y'all to have that kid. That nigga give a fuck about his kid the same as much you give a fuck about your kid.
Exactly.
It's so
Exactly.
easy for you to take that nigga kid away from him. And as a man, we got to deal with that shit. Nigga, if you can't afford the kid, give that kid to that man to
No,
raise if
that's what
he
I'm
can
saying.
afford it.
I never said that. That's what I'm saying. I don't think people really understand the dynamic. Like, it is so goddamn important for kids to have both parents. Like, this is like the yin and the yang. That's how you
No,
make a whole unit.
we get that. We get that. But what we're
So
saying
I
is
disagree.
that
I don't think nobody should be keeping nobody away from their kids. But
No,
again,
he
you do
didn't
have
say
those bitter
keep
ass bitches,
away.
and I
He
also
didn't
seen bitter
say
ass
keep
dudes. You got
away.
those dynamics on both sides.
Nah, he didn't say keep away. He said, just makes perfect sense. And I'm living proof. Because I'm gonna tell you after. He said, if the woman is taking the man to court for child support, why not let the man just have the kid? If she not saying she can't see the kid, saying let him have custody. If he could take care of the kid better, and he has more money, then let the kid live with him. Most women ain't
And I
trying to do
understand
that.
that, but what I'm saying is
But
it's not the same. I know that dads love their kids. I'm
it's
not
not the
taking that
same.
away from them. But we carry these babies and they grow in us for a whole 10
Okay,
months.
so
It's not that
Steph,
easy.
we understand that.
hold on, Steph, I'm gonna put you on because I'm living proof. We'll call Ron right now. My father raised all his kids. My mother, my sister's mother, and Christ kept like my one sister, my father raised her from 1 year old. She wasn't even his biological child. He took custody. He took custody of me, took custody of my sister, he took custody of my baby sister. He raised us all. So I'm living proof that the man could do it. I'm living proof. So what I'm saying
I'm not
is,
saying he can't. I know that he could do
I
it,
can
but because
illustrate,
my dad
man,
raised us too. But there's still a trauma from the lack of either parent, whether it's the mom or the dad.
but there's an actual statistic. Is the actual, you can look it up. Is the actual statistic, especially for males in America, especially in the urban community. Most men that were raised by their father are less likely
To
to
go to prison.
become criminals. It's a statistic.
That
Most
is
men
true. I seen that.
raised by their father are less likely to become criminals. This is
Criminals. Yep. All that.
a fact.
And a
So,
lot, and it's the opposite when they be raised by their mom.
and that's a fact.
The chances go up to go to jail or
The
be there
chances of a man being a
That's
criminal,
but here's the
or
thing, and
turn
I
out to
get
be
what you're
like
saying. I'm
this.
not saying I understand the statistics say that. I'm not saying that that's not the case. I don't know. I haven't ever looked it up. But what I'm telling y'all is I don't give a fuck. Both kids need both parents. Like they need to be half if you're not together. Because think about it, there's a lack there. If the mom ain't in the picture, let's say she's in the picture, she sees the kid, right? But the kid stays with the dad, right? In a kid's mind, they know they came out of this woman's body. Like you feel me? And shit like that, y'all think like little kids don't think like that, but they do. They wonder like, okay, well, what the fuck is the woman instills like the empathy, the nurturing, and the emotional understanding to it. And the male brings in the logic and the strength, right? And the leadership. So you got to have both parts. If you don't have, like, look at kids that grew up without the mom or the dad. There's a big ass lack there because they have to have both sides to make a whole unit. It's just like if you were to start up a business, you have a pie, you need you need goods, right? You need a structure, you need a plan, you need accounting. If you're missing one of those parts, then you don't really have a whole. You can't really start that business. It's the same thing for kids, and there's a big ass gap. Like, cause I see it on both sides. I see dudes where they have like no empathy, no emotional, and I'm not saying they're all like this, but I have seen scenarios where they lack that emotional ability, right? So, and then you see on the other side where they don't have their dad. And then that's why they have no work ethic. They're out here running the streets and doing, you know what I'm saying? So you got to have an equal balance of both sides. You have to.
No,
To,
you
to
but yeah, I understand what you're saying. That you, but there's even cases of people having both parents and still turning out to be a piece of shit.
Yeah,
So
that's right.
so it really ain't about it. It really is about who's raising you. Because there's people that have been raised by their grandparents that came out fine. You know what I'm saying? But really, at the end of the day, the statistics show the statistics show that more kids raised by just the mom have turned out worse than being raised by just the dad
Well,
or
I can give you
two-parent household.
I can give you some numbers on that though, directly. I work, I used to work at the juvenile hall and shit, and out of all the male inmates that we had in there, maybe 97% on the paperwork, it was either their moms or their grandma that was raising them. It might have been about 3%, no bullshit, of the inmates. Well, I'm just talking about just the incarcerated youth that was in there for the time that I was in there for about 2 years. Because I ran paperwork, you know what I'm saying? I had to, when somebody come in, you got to make sure what's on their shit and the whole nine. So I was able to see their contact person was always their mom or maybe their grandma. It was only like maybe 2 or 3 incidents where I seen somebody paperwork that really had they had a dad on their paperwork. And this was all races. This wasn't just black. It wasn't just white. It wasn't just Mexican. This was just the whole, all the way down the line.
Right.
So I'm saying that to say this: it is a significant difference. And but I mean that should come with understanding as well too, right? Because men, we about discipline, we about structure. You know what I mean? That's our job and our Nate. That's natural. That's naturally for us to be that way. But when the numbers show the other side of it, that's what brings in the understanding of the dynamic of the question that we saying, of what we saying is, okay, well then why the man can't have his kid? Because at the end of the day, we are put in a position to where we are as much as responsible without at least not even half of the opportunity. And what I mean by that is the courts favor the women. The courts favor the women, like literally no ifs, ands, buts about it. The courts favor the women the whole way through. And so it's really for a man, it's not really in a man's best interest to really put yourself out there like that. Because if something don't go her way, you're gonna pay. And it's the same deal with getting married. Like it's the same deal. Like everything is geared towards the woman. So that's why I think another reason why child support is a fucking fraud, because for a man to be as much as responsible, you don't even get to have the same involvement. Your involvement is lessened. The woman has more rights to the child. You understand what I'm saying? So like they'll force you to pay whatever they want you to pay, but your interaction is still kind of lessened than what it is for the mom. It's in her favor. They'll tell you you can pick your kid up. Now, mind you, they might hit you for $5 a month, but they're gonna tell you that you can only pick your kid up from Friday after 6 o'clock, and they got to be back over there by Monday. You feel what I'm saying? Like that's how they do it. And if that don't work out that way, you can't call child support and tell them, "Oh man, I wasn't able to see my kid," or this and that and other. You can't call them to fix nothing. They're gonna tell you go to family court.
You know what's so crazy about that too? Even they know they know the statistics of men raising their kids versus women. They know the statistics,
but it's a business.
And they still will try to keep the kids from the man, which is baffling to me. Because if you really wanted kids to turn out better and you wanted to see better situations for kids, then why wouldn't you let, I've seen men break down in tears because they can't have their kid. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah.
And the woman's only doing it because she's being spiteful. She's using the kid as a weapon. You know what I'm
But they
saying?
don't care. The courts don't care about that. The courts don't have no.
That's
The
what I'm
courts.
saying.
The
It's
courts
just
don't have no sympathy for nobody, bro. It's about money. The same reason why they don't fix the motherfuckers that's in corrections. When I was doing corrections, they don't try to rehabilitate nobody. They want your ass there because they ain't making no money if your ass ain't there.
right.
So they not gonna put it in the favor of the man. Just think about how insignificant their business would be if they put everything in the man's favor.
Right.
They wouldn't get no goddamn money. They wouldn't get no money. I mean, just think about it though. And they bring in, you gotta think about how many motherfuckers is on child support. The whole entity of child support just being able to say, okay, boom, we got you. You're going, you owe this. Boom, we got you. You owe this. Boom, we got you. You owe this. They shooting in the dark and just hitting shit. Because anybody who gets fouled on, I've never seen nobody get fouled on and not had to pay child support. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the motherfuckers might be 100 for they had 100% accuracy rating.
Actually,
How many you know what I mean? That's rare. And in those instances, a lot of times it's because only way it was determined was because they got the DNA test off the rip. I'm talking about didn't wait 5, 6, 7, 8 years. They did that shit within the first year to determine what it was, so they can find another sucker to have to pay the child support. Like, you know what I mean? So it's a cold game, man.
I just want to say shout out to Kevin Federline. Kevin Federline went down to history as one of the greatest to ever do it. First man to get child support from his baby mother, Britney Spears. He's the man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to K Fed. He did it. You feel what I'm saying? Salute to K Federline. One of the greatest to ever do it.
Yeah, that's wild, man.
I want a rich baby mother so I could do the same thing.
He did. He came up fat, and they had her on that conservator or whatever thing. That's crazy.
And he flipped that bread into real estate. He flipped that money into real estate. That's the crazy part.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. Like I'm scared because this is another reason why I gotta be married. I gotta be married so I can I'm gonna avoid child support as best I can. It's cheaper to keep her because my father never got taken to court for child support. My father went to court to get full custody of all the kids. So I just feel like I'm not going to be that lucky. I feel like if I get some chick pregnant and she take me to, I'm going. If I get some chick pregnant, she ain't my wife, I'm going down. It's going to be nasty work. I might as well just put a savings aside saying child support because I feel like.
Man, you done went this far in the game without a nigga. You don't even shit. I just keep it going, man. Keep it going, man. Shit.
Nah, I need one son. I need at least one son. I'm the last to carry my father's name. So I need one son. You know what I mean?
You waited a long time in the game.
Hey, listen, when Too Short had a kid at 50.
You better hurry up and get and pop one, make it pop.
Steph, nobody told you to have all them kids already.
Hey, Kelly say, in order way to solve the problem,
you better go have one.
She says she'll let you borrow one. And you ain't got to meet the dad.
Now she's gonna put me on child support. She got to.
Soon as you get the kids, she gonna hit you.
She got too many. I'm gonna be like shit.
Woo. Well, you'll be paying child support for 2 lifetimes, man.
That's a fact.
You like just lock me up.
If I would have gotten child support, it would have been a fucking wrap. Like I can never do that. That's so fucked up.
You'd have been one of them ladies that we've been seeing on YouTube. You'd be getting about 7,000 in EBT. You'd have been getting hell of money on EBT.
Hell of money right now. What? That extra check that they get every child, woo!
Man, she could be selling half of it.
Right now.
Real.
You will be up right now.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna keep it a buck. As we talk about all this, because we're always talking about shit, I'd be thinking, do I kind of low-key regret? Like, damn, I'm hearing all the stories and I'm like, these bitches don't care. I'm not gonna front. Like, shit, maybe I should have done something. It's too late now.
I told you from the last podcast that your goddamn pride is you got too much goddamn pride, because I promise you, the child support, the EBT, the SNAP, you could have been. How many kids you got again?
She would have cleaned up.
8. You would have been racked up.
I know. As we talk about it, I'm just thinking, like, God damn it, like, oh well. But I'll be thinking, like, because you guys are bring up numbers and shit. And I'm like, I'm seeing what these hoes are getting, and I'm like, this bitch gets 4 racks a month, bitch. Like, shit.
How old is your
I probably
oldest?
would have if I would have known all that.
How old is your oldest?
23.
Oh, so all the ones. How many over 21?
I mean, over 18.
Over 18.
Well, I have a 21-year-old and I have a 23-year-old.
And then everybody else is under 18?
Yeah.
Oh, you better go get them.
And she waited this long, they go backtracking too. She about to get hella money.
Yo, that's 6. That's 600. Yo, that's 618. Man, I'm going to the court.
Hey, EBT gonna be $6,000 a month for her. I promise.
They're already close. Alone. No, they're already older. Most of it, I have like 2 little ones, so it's pointless.
Hey, I would. But yeah, so Kelly said, hey, only way we can fix it is by mentoring the youth.
Steph,
you know what I'm saying? Y'all think that would work?
Steph, what you forgetting is everybody that is not 18 yet. If you was to go to, he's lucky. He's lucky you got a different mentality. If you went to court tomorrow, he would have to do back pay for everybody. Everybody's under 18. He would have to do back pay. He would have to do rears for the kids for everybody that's not over 18.
Hey, Callie said we got to mentor the youth and teach them before they start having kids so we don't fall in this cycle. So my advice would be to the boys, do not fuck with no ghetto ass chick. Don't fuck with certain kind of girls. You might have to go get your Asian girl because they ain't gonna have a kid. And if they do have a kid, we just got proof they ain't gonna put you on child support. You know what I'm saying? And you get to still live your life. He can still go be a construction worker, real estate, get a barber, get his license, because he ain't gonna be in the rears. Because once you go in the rears, you can't get no state license. You know that, right? So
you can't get them. They'll shut all your shit. They'll shut all your shit down.
What you would tell them if it was a girl who not to date? It's hard to tell little girls who not to date because even as women, they still go after the niggas they know they shouldn't fuck with either. So it's hard. You can't tell a girl because the mama still do it.
Have to go after.
Yeah.
Unless you say like you want to end up like your mom. I think that's the only way you can really scare her.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, man.
It's hard to make your little girls.
I can honestly say none of my sisters move like their mothers. I can honestly say that. Like my sister Nicole, she got one son. She ain't have no more after that. And even when she had her son, she was mid-20s maybe? Yeah, she was about mid-20s. So, and she had one son. She didn't have no more after that. My sister Medina, she has 2 kids with the man she married with. You know what I'm saying? She ain't got no outside kids. She ain't got no multiple baby daddies.
No outside kids.
Yeah, and then my younger sister, she had her first kid in her 30s. So all my sisters, they broke the cycle because my mother got 4 kids, 4 baby daddies. My first mother, she got 3 kids, 3 baby daddies. So, my sisters broke the cycle. You know what I'm saying? They don't got no whole bunch of kids all over the place, you know. So yeah, so I could say, you know, they changed. They changed the dynamic. And then as far as my brothers, to be honest, my one brother, he, you know, him and his kid's mother, he got 3 kids, but it's with the same chick. They're not together no more now. But his 3 kids with the same chick. They just recently broke up, I think. And then me, I got no kids. My other brother, he got no kids. And then my youngest brother, he got 2 kids with the girl he been with since high school. So, you know, me and my siblings, we all, and even my father, but my father ain't even too dramatic because my father, biologically, he only has 2 kids, 2 baby mothers. You know what I'm saying? And it's a big gap between us. Like, it's a 13-year gap between me and my sister. You know what I mean? But my father was married to her mother. He wasn't married to my mother. He's married to her mother. And then he was married 2 times after that, but he only got 2 kids. So he wasn't making babies all over the place neither. You know what I'm saying? But he also raised his kids. And then the other thing too, even my respect for women comes from my father. It don't even come from my mother. So that's why I don't even like that term when people be like, oh, his relationship with his mother could tell you no, that's not true. Because my relationship with my father is what made me have respect for women because of how my father treats the women in our family. You know what I'm saying? So that's where, so I even learning that, right?
That's important, though. That's super important.
Right.
That's super important, man. For it's important for kids to see that on both sides.
Yeah. You know, my mother, she doesn't have respect. So she's a bit of a narcissist. So for her, if I was just raised by her, actually, when I was with her, Ben to tell you, when I was with her is when I was the most in trouble. When I was out there in Cali, we was getting in trouble. You know what I'm saying? Niggas was smoking. Like I started smoking out there. We was doing all the time, getting into fights, all that. Like, you know what I mean? Everything. I was in more trouble with my mom than my pops. I got back. My father, when I left 16, our junior year. And my pop said, the end of our junior year, my pop said, send my son home. And my mother sent me back after 2 years. And I got over there, all that bullshit stopped. Everything stopped.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why it's like, but that's the thing too. See, my father, there was the one thing I think I respected about my parents is that they never took it to the courtroom. Like my father he only really went to the court because my one sister wasn't biologically his. So that's why he went to court for custody of her, because that wasn't his biological child. So he had to go to the court to get full custody of her. You know what I'm saying? But he raised her. That's his daughter. That's my sister. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's what that. But outside of that, they never went to court. They never went to court for no child support, none of that, because it was like, all right, he coming to stay with me because I don't know what's going on. Give myself. You know what I'm saying? And it was just that simple, you know. And honestly, I really feel like, to be honest, me living it, I would say keeping it out the courtroom is the best. To me, if people ain't being vindictive or spiteful, or people ain't being assholes and trying to be deadbeats, and you actually got 2 civilized people that could just work it out amongst each other, I think that is the best way to go when dealing with kids and keeping it out the courtroom, to be honest. Because putting all those rules and regulations in place on how people can see their kids and visit their kids, that's where I think that's where the bullshit happens. You know what I'm saying? Because
you got somebody else dictating how you parent.
Right.
And that's where I think that's you know what I'm saying? When you got somebody else dictating how you parent, that's never going to be a good remedy for it. I think at the end of the day, you know, it's about being adults and understanding that when you got kids, y'all got to do what's in the best interest for the kids. I think when people take themselves out the equation, that's when it's really going. That's when the good things will start happening. But as long as everybody else making it about them thing, a selfish thing, a spiteful thing, a hateful thing, or an abandonment thing. Even like I'm not gonna leave the dudes out who don't take care of their kids and don't take care of their responsibility. I feel like if you're a motherfucker that don't take care of your shit, then yeah, you probably should get put on child support. And that go both ways. You know what I mean? It's deadbeat moms too. Like, we ain't gonna act like it ain't no deadbeat moms. You know what I mean? That shit is part of that happens too. So at the end of the day,
what's your opinion on if the women that say they file for child support and they get it, but they don't even raise the kids themselves? They got their mama raising her kids.
Yeah, that's
but still get child support. Because that's a big thing too. Grandma raising the kids while you still playing in the streets, but you got the dude on child support.
Yeah.
That's a lot of girls still in the club back then.
You know what they need to do, Benz? You know what they need to do? They need the courtroom need to be like, let me see your Instagram, let me see your social media. If courtrooms had to check social media, woo, God daddy, chicks would be going down out here. If they had to check social media, like be like, yo, oh, you got social media? Let us see your social media.
That could play many ways. That could play you being out all the time in the club, not home with your kids. That could play it. You keep putting up butt naked ass pictures all on social media, but you're a mom. With now you look like a bad example to be raising kids. You know what I mean? It'll be a wrap.
Trips, you taking all kind. Where you getting this money from?
Where you get money for these trips? Yeah,
right.
Deal.
Because the money don't be going to the kids.
Right. If you need help with child support, you should not be going. Oh, you getting lace fronts? Oh, them nails is getting. Oh, you doing a lot of. Yeah, you going to the salon? You getting okay. Gucci, Louis, Prada, Fendi. Okay.
What's a lace front?
So you ever see the girls? You ever see the girls?
I don't know what it is either.
Nah, you ever see the girls where it looked like the hair looked perfect, but it looked like it's makeup, like it's like you see a little lace piece right here in the front. Start paying. You know what I'm talking about, Steph? When you see the girls, it look like that's a lace front. When you see that little lace piece in the front, but it's like it's kind of made.
So it's a wig then, like a wig, right?
Yeah, but it's kind of made to match their their skin. That's the lace.
So it looks real, right?
Yeah, that's what they're trying to do.
Okay.
That's what they're trying to do.
Sorry.
Shit, man. Look, man, I think
Benz, I didn't know if you heard. But Benz, I was saying this, I got in more trouble when I was with my mother than when I was with my father. When we was in Cali, that's where I was getting in trouble. My father was like, send his ass back. I got into that fight with Dave. Remember? I got into that fight with Dave. After that,
send him back, huh?
He was like, pack him up, send him back to New York. It's over.
Shit, man. Well, I think, man,
it's all Ben's fault.
Now, I already knew he wasn't gonna have no kids because I knew what he was into. I knew what he used to like to do. And you can't get kids that way.
Oh, so, yeah. Oh yeah, I did win. I did win. I did win. That was a wild summer. Boy, that was a wild summer.
But shit, man.
I'll be telling the youngins that I know. I'll be like, yo, listen, man, me and my boys in California, we had a little competition one summer. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah. But shit, man, I think we touched on all the points tonight, man, for this one, man. We have to come back and tell us sometime this week with something different. So y'all just let me know on the topic or something, and then maybe we'll try to get some other people on here. And there was supposed to be 2 other people, but they end up flaking out at the last minute and shit.
You know
what I'm
that.
saying? I'd be so tired of hearing you don't want me on there because I'll say this, say that. And they'll never show up and say nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I hear that all the time. But yeah, man, I want to thank y'all for coming on, man, and standing on what y'all points is and what y'all beliefs are, man. Stephanie, thank you again for coming on. Boy, Real, I know it's late out there, 10:30. This is probably the earliest you've been off, Real. 10:30.
Yes, sir.
10:30. You can still go out and go do something. You know what I mean?
I can still go out and go to sleep.
For real. Hey, yeah, man. Shout out to our boy 80 West, man. Thank y'all for coming on again, man. And we'll do it again.
You're
All right.